Hello, hello, it is Sequoia, back with doing some things out of my comfort zone. I'm going to be tapping into the full moon energy of Capricorn, this lunar eclipse. Doing some things out of my comfort zone, but not really, because I like this. I like this tarot stuff. But it's out of my comfort zone because not many people know I like this. But I like to tap into this energy just to see what what energy is to come, what things that we may need to work on, and how we should go about working on things to make things better. For me, these lunar eclipse, any eclipse to me is just like a moon on steroids, so it can get pretty intense, especially if you're in touch with your energy and whatnot. Sometimes you don't even know you're in touch with your energy. It affects you in so many different ways. So I just want to read the vibes of what's going on for this Capricorn moon. I just kind of have a feeling it's going to be like something with work and breakthrough. I don't know, that's just something that I'm picking up. But let's find out and see. I already placed one card because I needed to know what the placement was. And y'all know I'm just getting the hang of this stuff, so bear with me. We're going to do a reading for mind, heart, and soul, okay? So what is the mind, heart, and soul? Okay, again. Is this still recording? Yeah. So right here, these cards are for your mental is going through a process of a death rebirth situation. You're gaining more knowledge about new things, new endeavors. And possibly just ways to go about partnerships and relationships as well. You're breaking through some old habits as well as old heartbreaks, old things that you may have felt victimized. Everything is going through the washer, basically. Almost like, like a stream that's washing the stones in the water almost. That's kind of that vibe. It's not too intense, but it's just something that is ending and something that's becoming new, something that's becoming revealed to you that is more truth in a situation. And just letting go of that victimization of, feeling like this, why are these things happening to me, and woe is me, and things like that. I mean, it comes a time where you do have to realize, like, yes, this did happen to me. Yes, this was effed up that things happened to me. But in order to change that energy around, you do have to, accept the fact of, all right, this is what happened. This part is what I played in. And, let's just move forward. You want to heal from that. You want to change that energy around. And say how you succeeded from it. Let's see. Let me just get into this. What else? What are some things that might come up that you need to work on further? This is for the collective. This is overall general. This is not for particular signs or anything like that, because I'm not getting into that. This is just an overall general message to take heed to if it resonates with you for this full moon. If it doesn't, que sera, sera, or however you say that. Oh my god, I'm so goofy. Okay. So there's some things that aren't coming into your reality, physical space, that you definitely need to work on. Okay. I had to. All that shuffling on camera is annoying sometimes. Gotta do things my way. And basically, that is the tone of this full moon. Like, you gotta figure out some things that work for you your way. You know, like, you don't have to be looking around, looking at other people, what they do, and you know, comparing and stuff like that, because I know I be comparing, and sometimes I have to realize and check myself, like, all right, I need a break from this. Like, let me stop looking, because comparison is the thief of joy. Getting caught up thinking you should be some type of way when you really is like, this ain't even me. But anyway, these cards are saying, again, you need to own your strength. And there was something in this book that said, that popped up to me. Oh, strength means faith in your own capacity, being honest without any masks. You wear masks every day, right? Shit, you wear a mask to a job interview, you know, to a job. All these things, with so many masks that we wear, but a lot of times we forget to take off the damn mask when you get home. And to look at the mask or say, why am I even wearing this mask? And you're so used to wearing these damn masks, you forget your own strength. You know, sometimes you don't have to have a mask. Also, it's saying something about let go of control, what you can discover your inner strength and overcome your fears. Exactly. I mean, you wear a mask to cover something up, obviously, right? And this is where it's coming into like the death and rebirth here. Like, there's some things going through this process of rebirth that you cannot take with you. Just point blank period. No matter how much you're kicking and screaming and holding on. Again, I think I gave this analogy before. Like, if you were chained to something and somebody was pulling you, it's going to hurt more when you're chained. But if you can just unlock that chain and then just go with the flow and let that force take you where you need to go, then it's going to feel better. Also, like, I used to teach kids how to swim. And, well, my sister taught adults how to swim. But it's so hard to relax at times. Like, it was so natural for me with water. I don't know, water does calm me a lot, and it's just very natural. Also because I learned when I was younger, but I wasn't carrying those fears, you know, as a child onto my adulthood and blah blah. That's neither here nor there. But when you learn how to float, you're relaxing. If you can't relax, you will sink. If you start moving around a lot, you will sink. That's just how the buoyancy, that's how science does with floating. And when you can't relax on water, that's just, you won't float. So if you're kicking and screaming and fighting, you will go down. And that's kind of part of this rebirth here, that there's some things that may have been weighing you down mentally that definitely need to be reevaluated and checked, because it's a time that you can't reap the rewards for these new things by thinking the same old habits that you were trying to create. You know, with new creation, you have to bring in some new things now. You know, whether it's an old project that you want to revise or just chuck it up and start something new. But it's definitely working on your craft, but releasing those old emotions, those old energies that you went through in the past up until this time. Because right now, this time is asking you to do some more new things. So this card was definitely like weird to me, because I'm like, what is impasse? I think I'm saying it right. But it looks like a person that's blocking a path, right? And sometimes it is about, you know, it's a block, mental block, anything that, you know, blocks like a boulder in the pathway and you have to go around. But sometimes you can't go around. Sometimes you have to be redirected in a new direction. And the story that goes with this is funny, because when I used to think that it was something else, it's more about trust. Because it was saying, this is a reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked, and you are at an impasse. I feel like I'm saying this wrong, but whatever. But the goal is still here. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. So, you know, like when we're driving kind of, and you have like this construction, then you redirect it, you're still going on that, you're still going to where you need to go, but you're just getting redirected onto another path, basically. And right here even says miracle and confusion and passion. I think right now, to be honest, like you may be going through the ringer with a lot of confusion mentally, and just about your passion, trying to figure out what you're passionate about with life and things. Is there's some blocks that's been coming on, because, you know, with your sacral chakra, that's about creation. And as I always like to preach, everybody is creative, but it's just creative in different ways and different endeavors. But everybody all shares that creativity, those ideas, those passions that go into birthing something. You know, whether it's physical, mental, whatever, it's a process that you go through when you are creating things. And it's taken me a very long time to understand that there's a process, because I used to always want to skip that process and just create, and that's just not how things work. It's just not. You know, it took me a long damn time to understand that, but I'm happy and thankful that I finally am getting it with my hard-headed self. But yeah, through confusion, sometimes, you know, when you're confused, it does bring a lot of to me, like stagnant energy up, and a lot of just irritation for me personally. I don't know about for anybody else, but like when I can finally get through that irritation and just relax and just let those ideas come in, then that's where I can understand more things, you know, and be more positive, like see a more positive light in things, i.e. that miracle card. So, yeah, it's about a time where just let those emotions come up. Let them come up so you can be more aware of what's really going on, instead of pushing them down and hiding it. Somebody I know that I was speaking to about some things, because I've been really guided to figure out some root causes of things that's going on in my life. And she said to me, well, I don't like to be sad. I just want to look away and just let them stay over there. But I don't think you can do that. I don't think that's a good process to do, because they'll just stay there. I don't know why I put this like this. I think it's more like this. But anyway, it doesn't even matter. Let that confusion come up and let those emotions be heard, truthful. Let those emotions come to the surface so you can understand what is, you know, what came up to surface, what is on your plate right now. What do you have to sort out? What do you have to leave behind, and what do you have to go forward with? Because right now we're just in a big, I don't know, like astrologetic, I'm getting all tongue-tied. You know, in the universe, there's a lot of planets and a lot of energy going on, and it's a lot of energy actually in retrograde, which means backtracking. You know, the way that they orbit goes a different way, and the energy gets changed when they're in retrograde, and a lot of things, how we get affected, you know, we get affected mentally, emotionally, all that stuff, you know. But a lot of things when you're in retrograde, there are some things that do pop up from the past. A lot of things that you weren't trying to see and leave there, i.e. like, oh, I don't like to be sad, I just don't like to look at it, and just move away. Okay, well, it may just pop back up on your ass, and then you're going to be like, oh, why am I feeling this way? Maybe because you're so used to, like, for instance, I'm going to be honest, I remember there was a time that I feel like I was so used to not wanting to cry. Like, it's so easy for me to just start feeling that emotion and then pushing it aside. Like, all right, I'm not going to cry. But when I really feel like I need to, at one point I felt like, oh, what am I doing? Like, I can't even find any emotion. And at one point I kind of just wanted, like, I felt like I needed to. cry. But yeah, this is right here. This is saying to simplify some things, sort out more things that, you know, are coming to the surface. Simplify it, because you don't have to carry a burden of emotions or anything like that. Just simplify it, because the more simple it can be, the more you can understand and the less confusion you're bringing to the table. Find the beauty in things. You know, I see beauty in the mirror of life. Basically, like, you're about to be on, like, people, a lot of people are like this Redeath card. Like, if you want, whether you like it or not, there's a lot of things that are going to be birthed new at this time, day and time. Like, if you don't understand that in 6 months it's about to be 2020, like, seriously, why wouldn't there be any new things being developed, being birthed? And whether you like it or not, you're going to go through some changes. And when people don't keep up with those changes, that tide that is changing, then a lot of things become harder for you. So simplify some things. Try to tap into your inner strength, your inner being, you know, and there's going to be a new journey that you're going to be bringing on new things. And it's about time to start practicing those new things now. So give yourself some credit and applaud yourself for the things that you've done good already. But look at some other things that just aren't working. And one, that you need to let go of, and two, that you may have to work a little bit harder on. And just trust. Trust. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done to trust. But the more that you can trust yourself, that you will be doing better in different situations. You know, looking back like, damn, I've gotten up to this point so far, so why can't I do X, Y, Z? You know, like, I made it through past these other things, so why not? Allow yourself to trust so you can have better relationships, so you can have order, have more structure, and reap the benefits of what you were trying to grow and spark, you know, cultivate that seed that you already started growing. You know, you can reap those benefits. And those coins, like, people have been putting a lot of work in and not been seeing those coins, like, feeling depleted, feeling like they have not been, like, feeling like what's the point anymore, you know what I mean? But when you just keep going, you're almost there, I feel like, because my mom used to always tell me that. Like, I used to give up, like, right when the 90% of the shit was done, I used to give up. And it's like, I'm right at the damn finish line. And for a long time, it's like, damn, when do you keep going and when do you fall back, right? But you got to figure that out with yourself. Because I know, like, it's taken me a long time to understand that. Like, if you can be able to relax and feel when, you know, things just aren't going. You know, like, you want to keep pushing forward. But sometimes you do need to take a break. Sometimes you have to take a break and reevaluate some things. And sometimes, again, when you realize with that break, it's like, all right, I don't need this other stuff, but I'll take this. You know what I mean? In order to gain something, you do have to let go of something. But you don't have to let go of everything. You know, it's time to embark in this adventure and walk through this path that's only meant for you. But you can't take your whole bag of burdens. You have to move forward on a lighter level. You know, your heart has to be more equal to that weight of a feather. You don't want to have your heart weighed down by all these burdens that you've accumulated. You want to release that and let it go and be light as a feather. You want it to be light and joyful and be able to bring in light and new circumstances to attract more light. So I will leave it right there. So I wanted to keep it short. I don't want an hour-long an hour-long video. That's very hard to upload and whatnot. But yeah, I really like tapping into the full moon, new moon energy, seeing what's going on, just to check myself and figure out why I'm being all emotional and understand some of these emotions. So if you're like me, or you just resonate, you know, like, subscribe, whatever. And look forward for some more videos, because I'm only going to get better and better at this. No, seriously though. But like, subscribe, all that jazz. And again, if you resonate with it, great. My job is done. If you don't, cool, whatever. Hopefully you find something that does. But yeah, just take some time out. Again, I really feel like it's a resting time, a time of isolating yourself just away from some distractions, and just some figuring some things out, because I don't know about you, but I definitely feel that there's some new things on the horizon. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm definitely trying to welcome them and bring them forward, because it's definitely time to make new of some things and just get rid of this old trash that's just been hanging around. Alright, I'm out of here, y'all.